Is the technology director at the MTC. He's going to come and join me, and it says on my little program here that me and you are going to do the close. But given that you've had so much time to sit and listen and scribble it all down, I think I'm going to delegate this one. And so what's your reflection been, Ken?
That's very kind of you to pass the baton over there. Well, this is the third of these events that I've personally attended here, and it's been quite interesting the way that Industry 4 and the way people talk about it has changed. I think the first time we got together, it was very much around technology. The second time, we very much talked about collaboration and how Industry 4 was, if you like, something that helped you to force that collaboration and get benefit out of it. Today, what I've taken out of it is it's very much about people and about using Industry 4 to really drive social change for the better. So making sure we know what we're trying to get out of it. I was very impressed by the thickness of your tome. And I am going to take this opportunity to push another document here. A few weeks ago, we launched.
Doesn't compete.
We launched the additive manufacturing strategy for the UK, and the amazing thing is when you look at what's needed to get additive manufacturing being used properly in the UK, it's almost exactly the same as you need for digital technology. It's all about people, skills, and knowledge, and it's all about the fact, really, and it came out very clearly all the way through, that it's no good just training youngsters in additive or digital now. You've got to continuously train the people that you've got to make the most of the technologies as they're coming through. And the statistic that was used, that 2/3 of the 2030 workforce are already out there, so you've missed them out of education already, really shows that this education and training, it's about the people that are doing it already. It's not just about the people that are coming in, though obviously they are very important as well. So we've really got to get that part right, and maybe it's something we need to take back to government. Unfortunately, the only person here, I think, from government still is Lynn. And unfortunately, training and skills is not her remit. So we need to get this back to the right people. But it's, the key thing we can do for industry is help them to skill the people that they've got and the people that are coming in. And actually, it's an easy way for government to support industry because it gets you straight round all state aid, because what you're doing is training people for the general workforce. Really important. I thought it was really interesting that Lord Pryor said that he thought that some of the developments that are happening in industry could be a threat to liberal democracy, where you're starting to get people that are falling out of employment and not really feeling part of society. And I think it really is important that we use Industry 4 to make sure that we don't lose those people, we pull them back in. And again, educating people, training them, great way of doing that. So that's really, I guess, where I am. I'm left with the thought that what I need to do now is go out and set up an Industry 4 Academy for the UK. And this is a brilliant opportunity for me to say that about 7-8 years ago, in England, we set up a football academy, okay, in Burton-on-Trent. If you drive up the A38, you can see it on the right-hand side. And this year, we won the Under-20 World Cup, and we've just won the Under-17s World Cup, okay? And I mean won them, I don't mean lost them on penalties to Germany, okay? So I think there's a big lesson there, which is if we want to be good at Industry 4, we've got to have an Industry 4 Academy, and we've really got to push that, train our people, because ultimately all of these things, all of these technologies, it comes down to the people doing it and not the technology itself. So I'll hand over to you for the final summing up there, Juergen.
Yeah, well, thank you. I think you've summarised that beautifully, and I'm not going to be drawn on the football joke because I'm Austrian, not German. and we don't really feature in this football stuff. I mean, I think you're right. What has really occurred to me was that really strong discussion we had about societal purpose, was about skills, was about people. That was really, really strong. The recommendation about an Industry 4 Academy, not quite named like that, is one of our recommendations that we really want to try and pull that together in a much more coordinated way so that as an industry we can provide certified training materials across industry in this whole field. So that whole skills and societal purpose thing is massive. The other thing that I take away from today is that I am genuinely enthused. I am enthused that there is a lot of really, really brilliant things going on. Actually, the other countries we've listened to are struggling and wrestling with the same issues that we're wrestling with. Yes, Germany is a little bit ahead in terms of adoption, and we've got to organize ourselves a little bit better, but we heard from Sweden that you're only just starting on that same journey. So I think, we're all pretty much on similar journeys. And I think, if we can, as an industry, really pulling closer together and encouraging government more and then working in partnership with government, I think we've got a really, really good chance to pull this together. And of course, events like this are perfect for that. They allow us to debate and discuss and think. So I've really been enthused by the discussion. And the other thing that I always learn from these events is it is absolutely clear that this industrial revolution is going to take quite some time to develop. So whilst we absolutely have to get faster in the starting blocks, we have to set up these adoption programs, better skills programs, and all of these things. When we look at the work that still needs to take place in the whole world of standardization, also in this whole, we didn't actually talk that much about data and who has data ownership, and we didn't talk that much about the whole issue of cyber and cyber security and all of those issues. And these things are also complex, and we have to get them so right in this world of industrial digitalization that the revolution is going to take a little bit longer than certainly the initial sort of consumer digitalization revolution has taken on. And the good news in that it gives us time to prepare ourselves and to mean that we can manage this migration of labour from the displaced jobs to the new jobs, to manage the technical issues about interoperability and all of those things we discussed. So all in all, I leave pretty optimistic, albeit we do ultimately have to show stronger ambition and leadership, and I think that's where I'm going to be starting tomorrow morning, because I come back tomorrow morning just to give a few more thoughts on this topic of sort of ambition, leadership, and leadership from us, the industry, in terms of really making sure that we get behind this industrial revolution and make it happen. So I look forward to that brief discussion.